Hey everyone, thank you so much for being here today. My name is Denise. I'm also known as heywigsister on Instagram and Facebook. Today I'm here to bring you a quick review of a brand new Wille style. This is GILDA Mono from their MODIXX line. Brand new style and a pretty new line. And the color is beige multi-mix. And the color codes are 14, 24, 12. So we've got GILDA Mono, beige multi-mix. Brand new. So if you want to know more about this short style, then stick around and I'll tell you all about her.
Hey friends, I did not notice the wefting in the back, so please read this if your eyes aren't on the screen right now.
All right, everyone, I am going to be really quick with this review, but I really wanted to make sure that you could see this one in natural light because this is a brand new color. And this style is actually brand new for 2022 from a relatively new line. This MODIXX line just released last year. And so I cannot wait to tell you more about it. But first, let me tell you that I did get this one from namebrandwigs.com. They sent it to me so that I could partner with them on a review. I love working with Name Brand Wigs. You guys know that. I've shared them in many videos. I've had a really great last couple of months with them, trying lots of different styles. If you're unfamiliar with them, please check them out, www.namebrandwigs.com. I will put a link in the description to this exact wig, but they're wonderful. They have great customer service. They have lots and lots of education on their website. If you're struggling with your wig journey and you need help finding a color, finding a style, you can reach out to them. They will help you. You can email them at support@namebrandwigs.com. You can call them. And for some styles, if you call and place your order, you may actually get an additional discount. So they're really wonderful. I highly recommend them. All right, guys, let's talk about GILDA Mono. Let me show you this one from all sides. This is a really short style. Lots and lots of choppy layers here. Now I am in my bedroom right now and I am in front of a giant window, so I have no studio lighting on me. This is all natural light. I will still get directly outside so you can see this color outside, but this should be a fairly good representation of this piece. I wish I could do all my reviews in here, but that's not always possible. So I try to give you guys the lowdown on what type of lighting I'm dealing with so that you can make judgments on the color, but I always get outside. So I do think my studio lighting can be helpful because you get a little bit of an indoor lighting look, which you're not really getting in this one, but that's okay. I think, you know, variety is the spice of life. I'm really happy to actually be showing you guys this piece because for two reasons. Number one, summer is coming here in the United States and the UK, and I know that short wigs can be so helpful in the summer. And so it's fun to show you a short piece in case that's something that you're looking for to help you combat the heat with wig wearing. And the second reason is because I like to show Wille wigs on occasion because the caps run just a little bit smaller. And I know for my petite wig sisters, it can be a little bit challenging to find wigs that fit you. This one does fit pretty average petite. It fits me. It fits my circumference. I am a 22-inch circumference, so I have an average circumference, and it definitely fits my circumference. I wouldn't want to be too much bigger than this, though. I mean, it's pretty snug, and I have it out all the way. It does have some stretch. So if you are used to wigs being a little bit snug on you and you're maybe up to 22.25, I think you can wear this one. But much more than that, it's going to be pretty tight. Although it does have good stretch. So again, if you're only going to wear it for a few hours or you're used to wigs being snug, you might even be able to go up 22.5. But I'd say 22 and less is comfortable. And obviously if you're petite, I've got this let all the way out. You have a lot of room to cinch it in as well. The one thing I am noticing though is it is running a little bit small over the top of the head too. So I have just the tiniest bit of extra cap right here. Nothing significant, but my over the top measurements are pretty petite. Look in the description, scroll through like some of the other stuff in there, and you will find all my measurements so that you can compare yours to mine. Where I notice that this is running a little bit small over the top of my head is in where these ear tabs fall. So let me just show you the top of my ear is, let's see if I can tuck here, and the bottom of the ear tab is up here. I prefer, for good coverage, for that ear tab to fall like right about there. So like a 1/4 of an inch, a little bit lower. If it falls right about here in front of my ear, then it covers all this bio hair right here and is still comfortable and doesn't sit on top of my ear. So that is my preference. This is running just a little high. It's still comfortable, but what happens is I don't get as good of coverage. Now, in a short wig like this, they have a lot of hair sewn right here. That's not going to be an issue, even if I tuck, because it's short enough that this hair falls down. I will get good enough coverage with this one, but I like to just point that out because depending on your bio hair, depending on the color you get and the match to your bio hair, could impact if you don't get great sideburn coverage. So keep that in mind. Let's kind of take a look at this choppy back again. So we've got a really choppy back and a relatively short nape here. And so for some people, that is going to make covering your bio hair a little bit challenging. I do like that they've got a little bit of the long sort of nape right there. So that does help with coverage. But whenever I review short wigs, I tell you guys, be very aware of your hairline in the back. Anything less than 2 inches, you want to be cautious and make sure you know what a 2-inch nape or a 1 3/4 nape, where that will fall on you. So that you know if you have coverage issues. Now, a lot of people will shave let me take this off and I'll show you the cap while it's off anyway. Will shave this little bit of their nape right here to help with coverage issues with shorter wigs. So just be aware of that, and that way you'll know how this is going to fit you. All right, let's take a look at the inside of the cap. This is a full mono top. I really like full mono tops in short wigs like this because it gives you more styling options. You can kind of part it wherever you want, although it's pretty short on top, so it doesn't really part. It's just got a lot of volume on top. We'll go through that in a minute, but it does give you that flexibility. You've got an extremely deep lace front here. So this band is common on all monotop wigs because it reinforces the lace compared to the monofilament. It just gives it a little bit more support and strength. Sometimes that band falls further forward, which means you can see that a little bit depending on how you style your hair, how densely it's knotted up here. But this falls so far back, you're not going to have to worry about that. There are your nice substantial ear tabs with bendable stays. There isn't a ton of hair sewn in on the ear tabs, but there's enough on the bottom that was what I was talking about with the coverage issues. And you've got an extended nape, Velcro adjusters. Ellen Wille caps are wonderful. I love their caps. I find them to be extremely comfortable. This is a low density wig. So not only is it low density, but very low permatease. So I get, like, you can tell when I can do this and I don't feel any resistance, it's a low density wig. And with very little to none. I'm not seeing any permatease in this one, you guys. Really, I'm not seeing. There might be a few little crimpy fibers up here. I'm trying to put this in the light so I can see. I'm really not seeing permatease in this one. It's got some decent volume, and I think it's just the way they sewed the hair onto the cap. But I'm not really getting, there's no permatease in the back. I'm questioning that there's just the tiniest bit of crimpy fibers right along this monofilament here. That's not poofy though, so it might be just the tiniest bit of crimpy fibers, but no poof. So it does feel full up here though. I mean, this hair is pretty short up here. So what happens when you've got a lot of short layers is they kind of stack up on each other and give the appearance of volume. So this one has some volume without needing the Permatease. And this is out of the box. I did nothing to this one. I put it on my head just so I could, you know, give you some ideas of fit and all of those things. It's a little bit easier for me to know about that in advance than trying to figure it out on camera. But I did nothing to it. I just took it out of the box. So it's really, this is how it looks out of the box. It looks really great. I would say that this one would be an easy one to tell if it's going to work for you because the out of the box is so easy. And the reason for that is it's really pretty short and it doesn't have a lot of Permatease to get compacted down, which means this is going to look really good out of the box. Okay, before I talk about color, I just want to kind of give you guys a sense of the styling potential with this one. I really think this is one of those wigs that could be shake and go, but my preference is to style it up with some Jon Renau Peace Out Cream, which is my favorite styling product for short wigs because it packs a punch. But keep in mind, it's very thick and it does really coat the fibers. So once you put Jon Renau Peace Out Cream on the wig, it's going to be on there until you wash it. And sometimes that can make it feel a little bit greasy after a while. It's really easy to reactivate with just a little bit of water. So once you put it on, you may not have to reapply it. But it definitely makes the fibers feel a little bit dirty. But it's a miracle worker when it comes to short wigs. And what I would do is I would put Peace Out Cream and then I would kind of start messing up some of this. And what it will do is it will get rid of some of the poof and it'll make it just look like you styled it. So that's one thing you could do. Now, because this wig is so short on the top, you're not gonna have a lot of different styles you can do with clips. Sometimes with short wigs, they're so versatile because you can clip up some in the front, you can clip up some on the side, you can pull some of it back with a headband, which you can do with this one, but it's just quite short on top. So I would say the styling on this one is going to be just a little bit more limited, especially if you don't want to use product on it. But it's definitely, for the little bit of hair that's here, which is not much, I mean, you can tuck it. Glasses, unless you've got a super, super small head, and if these ear tabs fall a lot lower on you, glasses wearing is not going to be a problem, especially because there's not a lot of hair sewn in over here or any Permatease. So that's going to be great. It does have this full sort of bang. It's just a little bit long, which I appreciate because we've all got different forehead sizes. So it's a little too long for me. And that would be really easy to trim. That way we're not running into possibly being too short for someone. It does sweep to the side really well though. And so if you don't want a full bang, you can just sweep it to the side a little bit. But it's definitely short in the front. This does, like I said, have a lace front. Look how good that lace front is. It is so good. Great lace front. So if you wanted to take some cream, some styling stuff and sort of slick it back and get it up off the face, you can do that. If you wanted to take just a little clipper, a little bobby pin and sort of clip it up and then, sort of mess up all the rest of it, you could totally do that as well. So lots of great options when it comes to styling it off your face. Really fantastic. The density, the hair fibers, all awesome. Wille is one of my favorite brands for hair fibers. They feel so realistic for synthetic fibers. These are not heat-friendly synthetic. They're regular. For synthetic fibers, they just feel so realistic. I love Wille fibers. Light in denier, so sort of like fine hair, but really realistic. All right, let's talk about color. This is a new color. I have never seen it before. So beige multi-mix. The code again on that is 14.24.12. This is quite an ashy color overall. I would say this is a great color for someone who is going gray, or maybe you're already gray and so you're a little bit more comfortable in colors that run in the ashy range. It's not gray though. There's no gray in it. But because of the way they blended these colors and use that kind of more ashy version of them, it definitely could sort of mimic a little bit of a light brownish gray in some lighting. So let's talk about the colors in here. So 14 is a light blonde, sort of a light ash blonde. 12 is a dark, let me think here. I said that wrong. A 14 is a dark ash blonde. A 12 is a light golden brown. And 24, is that what I said? Numbers just don't stick in my head. Yeah, is a kind of a light golden blonde. So we've got just a great blending of these colors. And look, it's got a darker nape. So you've got some of that. I'm going to kind of fold this back here so you can see. See that color difference? So you've got a lot of that brunette down here. And then it's really kind of salt and pepper almost through this, although there is no gray in the color code. This is not a rooted color, so there's no dark rooting on this one. It does have the dark nape, but that is not a rooting. You see that? It's not rooted. It's just really bright. They use some of the lighter colors up front there, sort of like Raquel Welch does, but without the heavy banding effect. They did a really good job of blending those colors. It's just a really pretty, kind of golden, but not warm. And so I think for my wig sisters looking for more of a really light brown, dark blonde, but more on the ashy side. You don't like the kind of the yellow blondes. You don't want red, no yellow blonde in here at all. Kind of ashy, a bit neutral, leaning ashy, pretty ashy. Very natural looking. Very natural looking. And then now that I've pointed out the darker nape, you can take a look at that. All right, let's get outside and see this color outside. I honestly think that if you can wear shorter styles and you like a little bit of volume up here and, you know, it's kind of not poofy, but it almost looks like you took a small barreled curling iron and you just put a little curl. So it's not curly, but it's got a little bit of that volume look, maybe a round brushed look. That's what this reminds me of. Really, really cute. I think this will be a great style for many who love these shorter wigs and can wear a cap that's just a little bit on the small side. All right, guys, let's get outside. All right, here we are outside. Pretty cloudy, but bright sunlight. Such a pretty color if you're looking for something more ashy. Not dark, not too light, really natural looking. But it's definitely, I would say, tricks the eye into that it might be a little bit of gray. And again, no rooting. I know some of you are going to be thrilled about that. Now this one would be an easy one to add a little rooting with a furniture marker or a Copic marker or even a permanent marker. If you need a little bit of contrast, that would be really easy to do for this, with this. And if you are used to darker colors, but you want to graduate into these lighter ashy colors, you can also add a few little low lights throughout with a marker. And that will work really great with a color like this and just give it just a little bit of depth and contrast. I have a video where I show you how to do that. And if I remember, I'll link it below, but you can always search Denise Sheets low light and you'll find that video. Oh, the sun's going to poke out for us. How fun. All right, guys, Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every time you watch my videos. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. Please do me a favor and hit the like button, leave a comment. All of that helps YouTube to recognize that these videos are helpful and recommend them in search. And that is just, I mean, how many times have you searched for things on YouTube? Sometimes YouTube recommends things and sometimes they don't, so it can be hard to find what you're looking for if there's not a lot of engagement on it. So please help me out in that way. All right guys, have a great day. I love you all. I'll talk to you soon.